It is revealed at the beginning of the film. 300 years have passed since the conclusion of the global conflict called the World War. This suggests that a world war occurred within the past 300 years. The war resulted in widespread destruction across the planet. A spaceship filled with individuals from various countries is depicted. It is revealed that the spaceship's inhabitants have been discarding their waste on Earth. One day, a scientist discovers a robot in the trash. It was not an ordinary robot, but one of its kind, which is equal parts human and machine. This scientist transports the robot to his home by lifting it, and he fixes the robot flawlessly. It is used to construct a new body. The following day, that robot, which was a female, awakens, and it was thrilled to receive a new body. The female robot then asks the scientist, "Who am I? How did I get here? Where did I come from?" The scientist is unaware of the origin of the woman, so the doctor tells it nothing. But doctor just tells it, "Your half-body was damaged when we found you in the trash. However, your mind was sound. Afterwards, we mended your body." It indicates that a new human body has been attached to you. The doctor then shows it the world. That female robot gets excited, viewing the city. It also shows a glimpse of the spacecraft. She inquires from the scientist, "What exactly is it? Is this a real world?" The doctor tells it was the last remaining city after World War, and its name is Sky City. Sky City has become a highly desirable destination with a peaceful and enjoyable life that everyone aspires to, because upper class resides there while lower class inhabits in our world. Then the doctor names that robot. He says, "Your name is Alita now on." Alita is pleased, hearing its name. The robot doctor also informs Alita that all residents of our land work for Sky City, because Sky City has many fields, industries, and factories. After this, Alita meets a boy named Hugo. Hugo compliments Alita's body, seeing it, because its body was robotic, which was strong enough. Alita and Hugo are befriended nicely. At the same night, a girl is murdered in that city. Actually, there was a career criminal in that city who used to end girls after grabbing them. Afterwards, he used to sell their body parts. At the same night, Alita witnesses Doctor, who is returning to home from somewhere. Alita observes that scientist's hands are blood-stained. Seeing, it doubts that Doctor may be the killer behind the occurred murders of city. In the following day, scientist's wife appears to meet him because they were divorced. Here it is revealed that the adjusted human body with Alita, in fact, it is the body of his daughter. His daughter was no more, so it donated her body to Alita. After that, Hugo invites Alita to join him in the game, and this game was a well-known game of the city. Alita fascinates others while playing this game perfectly. Alita also wins that game. Hugo takes Alita at his best love place later. It was the roof of a building where the sight of whole city could be viewed. And Sky City was also looking nearer from here. There is also a biggest pipe. Hugo tells that all objects come on the earth from Sky City through this pipe. I am struggling hard to go to the Sky City. Remember, see, I will surely reach there. Alita asks, "How does this Sky City look?" Hugo says to it, "In fact, Doctor had discovered you from the garbage, and that garbage was of that Sky City." It implies that you originated from Sky City, but Alita did not possess a little memory about it, and she had forgotten her past. Actually, she had lost her memory. Next day, Doctor goes out of the house, and Alita is chasing him. Alita understands here that the Doctor is not a killer. He is, however, a hunter-warrior. Hunter-warriors are those who end the criminals. Then dead bodies of the killers are taken to the factory later. A heavy reward is received in the place of them. Here, Alita knows about the reality of the Doctor. At the same time, the serial killer approaches there. He was the same assassin who was killing the girls, but he lived in the city. Then Alita bravely confronts that killer. It beats enough which compels him to flee, while Alita succeeds to kill the other killer. Then Doctor and Alita move to the factory, taking that killer's head, where they get the reward of $20 in place of that head. Afterwards, Doctor reveals his tale to Alita. How did he come to be known as Hunter Warrior? And what caused it to happen? He tells, "It is the story of that time when my wife, daughter, and I used to live together. One day, they made a robot, and that robot abducted their daughter, coming into their house. After this incident, that doctor angered enough on that robot, and the doctor damaged his own made robot. Then the doctor became Hunter Warrior right after that. Then a man comes on the scene named Vector. In fact, Vector was the head of the race game. It was Vector who used to arrange this game. Doctor's wife can also be seen with Vector. Here it is revealed that Doctor's wife is playing a trick accompanying Vector, because Vector had promised her that he will send her to the Sky City. The doctor's wife is a doctor herself and is employed by Vector as well. Then the same robot is shown who was spoiled by Alita. That robot moves to Vector. It tells him that Alita is the cause behind my body distortion. Vector says ill to the robot, commenting, "Have you come back after being beaten by a little girl?" Robot reveals that it is not a little girl but strongest. Vector says to the robot, "Now it is your mission that you have to bring Alita before me after damaging it." Then Hugo takes Alita to view that race game. He also tells Alita the winner of this game is sent to Sky City. Hearing it, Alita gets excited. Then Hugo takes Alita to show a ship. He explains it is the ship of the enemies from 300 years ago. That ship fascinates Alita when she casts a glance at it. So Alita moves to that ship, jumping into the water. Alita also discovers a high technological body in the ship. Alita returns to the doctor, taking that body. He says to the doctor, "Fix this body with it," replacing. It means adjust this body with my head. But doctor refuses to carry it out. He tells, "This body is mighty, having fixed weapons with it. You will become so menacing if this body will be fixed with you, too threatening, that you will kill the people and devastate the world." Alita becomes aggressive, facing this refusal. Afterwards, Alita moves to the factory. Going there, it decides that it is also Hunter Warrior now on. It goes to a club along with Hugo. All hunters of the city were there, and it provokes everyone that we should eradicate the robot of Vector, because it is the same assassin who has taken the lives of the entire city, and it is also ending other people. One of the hunters makes Alita a laughing stock. He says, having a little sighs, "How will you kill someone? And how have you become a Hunter Warrior?" Hearing it, Alita beats him while confronting enough, and he has fallen backside. Witnessing it, all hunters are left shocked. Meanwhile, Vector's robot appears there, which had increased in size now, because Doctor's wife had upgraded it. Coming there, that robot assaults Alita. And Alita also attacks it in return, and that robot enters a tunnel to save his life. Then Alita also moves to that underground place while chasing him. A tough fight is held between both of them in the end. That robot spoils Alita, and it dismembers its body. At the same time, Hugo and the doctor arrive there. When they confronted the robot, they beat it, and they burn its body. Then that robot flees from there in order to secure its life. Doctor brings Alita's damaged body at home. Alita's body had fully damaged. Having no option, that doctor fixes that body with Alita, which he had discovered from the ship. Next morning, when Alita awakens, it feels comfortable because it had got a new body. It was mighty and equipped, and the fire can also be produced through that body. Getting this new body, Alita feels pleasure. The next day, Alita goes to meet Hugo to reveal her robotic body. Observing its equipped body, Hugo likes it and feels good. He is also impressed. Here, Hugo reveals to Alita, "I want to go to Sky City soon, but everyone needs scores to go there, and these scores can be gained after killing someone or winning the race game." Hearing it, Alita gives its robotic heart to Hugo, pulling it out, and it says, "Take my robotic heart, sell it. In this way, you will get some scores. Then you may go to Sky City." And the robotic heart of Alita is not an ordinary one, but it possesses much power. And that robotic heart is as stronger that this city may avail the electricity for many months from this robotic heart, because this robotic heart contains energetic rays. But Hugo forbids to take Alita's robotic heart. He says, "I don't need it. You may keep it safe in your possession, because your robotic heart is very necessary." He says, "You should take part in race game, because I am sure that you may win the race. We both will move to the Sky City if you win the game." Hearing it, Alita immediately consents, and she gets ready to take part in the game. And she wanted to carry it out for Hugo because of her affections for him. Afterwards, Vector arrives on the scene, who hires the hunters and killers to end Alita. He says to everyone, "In case you kill Alita in race, then I will give you 5 million scores," which is basic to go to Sky City. Then that hunter is seen, who had been beaten in the club by Alita. And he wanted to take revenge from Alita on his humiliation. Now he was going to take this revenge from Hugo, ending a man he alleges Hugo. Now Hugo was under the allegation to end someone. As a result, he had started to turn criminal. Alita, on the other hand, appears, who had taken a part in race which was going to start. All killers in the race become opponents of Alita, so they assault Alita. But Alita was also equal to them, so she continues to kill them, confronting them one by one. Then Alita receives the call of Hugo. He tells that Hunter has become my opponent, and he wants to end my life. Then Alita goes to rescue Hugo, leaving that race. Reaching there, Alita beats the Hunter violently, while it is revealed in the whole city that Hugo has become a criminal. He was also wanted, as the capture will get $30 as a reward. Then the city police arrived there to end Hugo, because everyone was agreed on this point of view that Hugo is a criminal, so it is essential to end him. So all say to Alita, "Put Hugo into death." But Alita does not kill him, but the hunter ends Hugo, attacking with a sword. And Hugo is taking his last breaths here. At first sight, Hugo is finished. Then Doctor's wife comes there, who says to Alita, "Cut Hugo's head, because we will adjust a body with his head, and we will make him a robot," because Doctor's wife had turned into a gentle lady now, and she wanted to do it so that Hugo may revive again. So Alita has been doing the same now. She dismantles Hugo's head in front of the hole. Later, it takes Hugo's head to the doctor, where Doctor fixes another body with Hugo's head after his operation. As a result, Hugo is revived again. Hugo and Alita get excited because Hugo had the robotic body now like Alita. Alita is informed by the doctor that Vector defrauds everyone, because he promises to send you to Sky City after deceiving you with a large sum of money. Even no human goes to Sky City, paying the amount of money, and no one can go to Sky City. But only the inhabitants of Sky City can go there and also inhabit there. And the winner of race can go to the Sky City from this world. Otherwise, no can visit there. Doctor also tells Alita, "My wife and I had born in the Sky City, and we had arrived here for the treatment of our daughter. After that, they entrapped here." Hearing it, Alita gets angry, and she leaves to kill Vector. Alita directly moves to the factory, and she is attacked by the machines of Vector. But Alita has a mighty and a robotic body now. So Alita was continuously killing everyone one by one, damaging all machines and robots. Alita goes to Vector to end him, but the robot of Vector appears there. It wounds Alita while attacking it, and she falls down. Then Alita restores her memory relevant to the past, as its memory is retained which had been lost. Alita remembers that she had been a warrior and also took part in that world war, which had held about 300 years ago. But Alita's all friends and companions met their end in that war. But Alita was also thrown into the garbage, wounding her badly. Here, Alita restores its memory thinking that this has been done by the owner of Sky City, and he had also ended all the companions of Alita. Here, Alita remembers, my mission is to slay the owner of Sky City. Remembering these facts, Alita becomes sentimental, that it had lost all of its friends. In addition, it becomes aggressive. Then that robot attacks Alita. And Alita dismembers that robot, attacking with its sword. At the same time, Alita also attacks Vector, using its sword. And Vector is dead at the spot. Receiving Doctor's call, Alita comes to know that Hugo is moving to Sky City, climbing up those pipes. Then Alita also moves up while chasing him. It instructs him, you need not to go to the Sky City, because there is nothing upside. We will lead our lives, living in this world. Hearing Alita, Hugo agrees. But the owner of the Sky City was witnessing it from upside, so he attacks them with his weapon. Consequently, Hugo's whole body is dismembered. At the same time, Alita holds his hand, but Alita loses the grip of Hugo accidentally, so he falls down from a great distance. Losing Hugo, Alita is much grieved, and she starts weeping. Now Alita decides that going to Sky City, it will end the owner of that city, because it desired vengeance for Hugo's death. It is seen that Alita has also won that race, and it points its sword upside to the Sky City. And it says to the owner of Sky City, I am coming to kill and avenge you. Watch! I'll make you feel bad and refuse to let you continue living. And the movie also completes on this scene. Song tells the police everything while going to the police station, but they didn't believe in Song. They think he is insane. Song shows them the card, but surprisingly the number was wrong on it. Song returns home, but his mother wasn't there. Song's classmate Sangwoo was seeing his mother secretly. Meanwhile, Song arrives. Sangwoo tells Song being upset, "I am under 6 billion debt." He tells I have put clients' money in the stock margin. Regrettably, all of the money was squandered. Song receives a call from the hospital. The foot of Song's mother was injured. Her wound grew larger as a result of her failure to treat her diabetes. The doctor informs Song that your mother can be dealt, but that we must remove her foot in order to do so. This operation demands a lot of money. It is obvious Song has no money, even he has finished the insurance money of his mother. Song goes to his wife for asking for money. His wife refuses to give him money. His wife tells her husband Song has come for asking for the money. Her husband comes to give Song money and says, "Stay away from my family." Song starts beating him, then his daughter also arrives. After it, Song's friend goes to his boss for asking for the money. His boss refuses to give money, so the fight starts between them. During the fight, his boss's hand becomes injured in a machine and getting a chance. Song's friend escapes while taking money. Returning home, Song's friend says to his wife to take the first flight and leave. Say Bayok meets an agent because she has to shift her mother from the north to the south area. Eze Bayok stole Song's money. She needs money to bring her mother to her. Bayok has an older brother and promised to bring their mother. Later, an officer is shown his brother was missing. The officer goes to his brother's house. He discovers his brother hasn't come to his home for the last few days. While checking the house, the officer finds a card there. The officer has seen the same card with Song. In the police station, the officer approaches Song and inquires about it, but Song refuses to answer. When Song returns home, he again finds that card. Song decides that he will again join the game. That's why all the players were taken near a ship. The officer also arrives while chasing the cars. He finishes the guard and throws him in the water. The players were taken to a facility on an island. They have no idea about the next game and how it will be played. They make their teams. Eze Bayok and her female friend go to the washroom at night. Escaping from guard, Bayok explores the facility. She notices the guards are cooking something in huge pots. Guards suspect, and a guard comes to check the washrooms. Till then, Eze Bayok has returned. Bayok tells her female friend everything she sees, but Sangwoo hears them. He asks Bayok about it. She tells him they were cooking something in huge pots. Then all the players were taken to the playground. There were 4 shapes in front of them, and they have to choose a shape. Sangwoo comes to know about the game and what they have to do. Sangwoo tells Seok they all have to choose different shapes. After it, they were given a small pot. Shapes were made in it. Their game is to take out the shape somehow, without any damage, but if the shape will be de-shaped, they will be eliminated. It means they will be finished. Sangwoo easily takes out the shape. Song's condition gets worse being panicked, but then he somehow wins this game. They were taken back to the rooms. 187 players were returned, and now 108 were left from them. After it, they were taken to have food. Because of food, Jang fights with a boy. Jang beats the boy. He finishes the boy at the spot. There is a doctor shown among the players. It sells the organs of the dead people to the Chinese with the help of the guards. That's why whenever dead bodies were taken, they disappear them. This all was happening according to a plan. This was happening secretly from the frontman. This is the reason they make their own man sit in the control room. He used to delete all the video footage of them. The guards already aware the doctor about the game, so that he will survive. A guard informs the doctor that we have given the players less food today, so they will fight together. Because of this, all the weak players will be out of the game. With it, the guard tells the doctor about their next game. Now the lights were about to off after 30 minutes. Sangwoo knows that Song's team will do something stupid. He calls the team and asks them to stay relaxed. The doctor player adds up in Jang's team. Here, the doctor tells Jang about the next game. After it, the lights turn off and Jang beats everyone with his team. After finishing a girl, Jang goes to finish a Bayok, but Song saves her. The guards arrived and forbade them. There were now only 80 people left. Later, they were taken for the third game. They were asked to make a team consisting of 10 players. They do the same and make their team. Jang is aware of the upcoming game. He didn't include as a female Bayok's friend in his team. He makes his team only consisting of males. Sangwoo also makes his team because they need a player, so any female Bayok's friend adds him in. This game was actually tug of war. It means they have to follow the team in front of them. The game starts. Jang's team easily wins this game. Now it was the run of Sangwoo's team. Player number 1. The old man says, I have played many tug of wars in my life. That's why he guides them on how to win this game. They have won the game somehow. The lights are then shown to be turned off after 30 minutes. On it, Sangwoo asks them to be ready. They decide they will guard one by one. Jang's team was having wise players, so Jang was afraid that his team will cut him off. Now the doctor and guards were taking out the organs of dead bodies. Guard number 28 and 29 will go to deliver these organs. They talk about the dead body having one kidney and call him a zombie. Guard number 29 was none other than the officer who has to deliver the organs. He arrives dressed as a guard and suspects they are discussing my brother because he also has one kidney. Then numbers 28 and 29 move to deliver the organs. On the way, the officer notices the bomb in the tunnel. The number 28 tells him when we will go out this place will be blasted. The officer tries to take more information from number 28. Number 28 suspects him. He asks the officer to show his face. While showing his face, the officer points the gun at the number 29. The officer asks him about the man with the one kidney. Who is the person who you call zombie? Number 28 says she was a girl and says he can take all of the information while going to the leader's room. There is data of everyone. The officer finishes the number 28 after knowing this. On another hand, the doctor asks the guard about the next game. But this time, the guards also don't know about the next game. The doctor becomes furious. He fights while holding a guard, and the doctor escapes after finishing the guard. A guard also chases him and reaches a playground. The guard was about to end the doctor while trapping him. The leader arrives and ends him later. He also ends the doctor. On the way, he also finds a dead body of number 28. He knows there is someone in the facility. The officer reaches the leader's room. While checking, he arrives at a room that was everyone's record. The officer checks and finds the record of the winners. There was his brother's name. It means he was a winner. The players were taken for the fourth game. They were asked to choose their partner. The players do the same and choose their partners. Esebayok's female friend also tries to search for her partner. None was ready to be her partner. Following that, each player was given 10 marbles. The game is the player has to take all marbles from his partner without forcing him. The other person having no marbles will end. Sangwoo and Song's friend play the even and odd game. They have to guess the number of marbles in the front person's hand. Song's friend wins all the marbles of Sangwoo. As a result, Sangwoo has only one marble left in the final round. Sangwoo knows now his life will be ended. He traps Song's friend and makes him believe that if anyone will lose unless their match will be again held. Sangwoo, while doing cheating, changes the marbles of Song's friend. Taking the marbles, Sangwoo gives them to the guard. He leaves from there. Song's friend checks the marbles, but there were stones. The condition of player number 1 was worse. That's why he was running here and there. Song makes him ready to play, and they also play the even and odd game. The old man wins all the marbles of Song. But in the last round, the old man forgets that what has he chosen? Song takes his marbles while trapping him. But the old man was astute He kept a marble. He again wanders. Song again requests him to play another game with him. The old man says, I know you have taken all marbles from me while cheating. He says, I knew everything, but I was acting like being a fool. Hearing it, Seneg took pity on him and gives him all the marbles. Ede Bayak and her female friend were also playing games. Their game is, the one who will throw marbles near the wall will win. At first, Bayak throws her marbles. When it was Ede Bayak's friend's turn, she throws all her marbles. Seeing it, Ede Bayak asks her friend to throw it again. Her friend says, no, Ede Bayak, I am alone. There is none behind me. But if something bad happens to you, it won't be good. There is your elder brother waiting for you. Ede Bayak's friend was finished. Their dead bodies were taken from there. They returned to the rooms. Jang notices Ede Bayak's friend is still alive. She was sitting calmly. Here it is shown Ede Bayak's friend was also Jang's friend. There was a reason why they clashed. Jang's friend bullies him. Later, the frontman finds the ID card of the officer near a dead body. Then frontman comes to know his VIPs have arrived. The frontman moves to receive them. All VIPs were taken to the rooms, and frontman later tells about the VIP's arrival to another man. He was the main character, about whom we will learn more later. The next day, they all were brought for the fifth game. There were the digits from 1 to 16. The players will take their numbers, which means they will be their turn according to their number. In the first and the last number left. It means 1 and 16. Sung gets confused at which number he has to choose. If he chooses the first option, he will be stuck because he is unfamiliar with the game. If he chooses the last number, it is possible that he will not have his turn, due to the shortage of time meanwhile. A man arrives and says to Song, I want first number, because I've never been on the first number in my life. They were taken to a gaming room. The rule of the game is they have to cross the bridge in the given time. There were 2 glasses in between the bridge. One was ordinary glass, but another was tempered glass. The ordinary glass will be break. When they step on it, they will fall down. The game then begins, and they are eliminated one by one. Jang was in front of all and wasn't moving forward. They have only one way, to move forward or to die here. Jang's friend comes in front who was bullying him. She says, I told you when you deceived me that I will finish you. She holds Jang and jumps due to it. They both were finished. There was a man who worked in a glass company. He knew which one is tempered glass. Frontman turns off the lights when he knows about it, so they will not recognize the glass. They don't have time for the last step, so Sengwoo pushes the man. Sengwoo, Song, and Ede Bayak have crossed the bridge, but due to the broken glass, they were injured. Ede Bayak was hurt as well. On the other hand, the officer has taken a servant's place after finishing him. A VIP suspects the officer. He asks him to remove the mask. Okay, says the officer, but I'll remove my mask before going inside. Then the officer moves inside with the VIP. Moving inside, the officer makes the VIP faint, and the frontman knows it. The frontman chases him and sees the officer. The officer escapes and reaches an island. The frontman also arrives while chasing him. The officer tries to call his seniors, but the call disconnects. The officer sends him all the proofs, but there was no network. The frontman captures the officer and asks him to go with him, but the officer fires a bullet at the frontman. When the frontman takes off his mask, the officer realizes it's none other than this brother. Officer's brother means the frontman shoots him. He falls into the water. Ede Bayak was injured due to the glass. She was bleeding. Then the survivors were taken to the dinner. A knife was also placed near them. It means that at night, anyone among them will kill someone. Song notices that Ede Bayak's condition is worse. He says to Ede Bayak, don't worry, we are together and will defeat Sangwoo. Then we will leave and will divide the money. Ede Bayak tells him, I have an elder brother. I have left him in an orphanage. If one of us goes out, He or she must care for both families. Etabayak's condition was worse. She needs a doctor. Song goes for asking for help, but when he returns, Sangwoo has finished Etabayak. The next day, they were taken for the last game. The rule of the game was simple. Die to be dead. This game was named Squid Game. The game starts and there is a huge fight between them. In the last, Sangwoo's condition gets worse. Song says, I want to stop this game. Song asks Sangwoo to come with him. Sangwoo finishes himself, and due to it, Song wins the game. The frontman says to Song, you played well, but I wasn't expecting this. Then Song was dropped at his house. He has an ATM card. When he checks it, he sees all of his money has been transferred. Song moves into his house, but his mother dies before he arrives. The scene is then shown a year later. Song's condition was worse and used to take drugs. He didn't use the money yet. A lady who was selling flowers comes to Song and gives him the same card. An address was mentioned on it. Song moves to the address. There he discovers it all has been done by the old man, player number 1. He's still alive, and the old man tells Song that he's tired of his life. I have made these games with my clients, so I will enjoy while seeing the people dying. But we didn't force anyone for doing this. I took part in the game because playing is more enjoyable than watching. He says, the money you have is mine. Saying this, the old man dies. After it, Song goes to the elder brother of Etabayak. He drops him at Sangwoo's mother and asks her to take care of this kid. He also gives her a bag full of money. Song moves to the station, and the same unknown person whom he met at the start of the movie meets him. Song chases him, but he escapes. Then Song calls the card number and asks who they are and why they are doing this to people. Why are you tampering with other people's lives? But the response was, Song, get on the plane if you want to live. This is the end. Thank you for watching.